I am Bill Bruce, Chair of the Westwood Finance and Warrant Commission, and you are watching In Session. The FinCom met on January 14th, and here are the 5 takeaways from our meeting last night. Number 1, we discussed FS1. The Select Board and Chief Lund came to discuss the status of the FS1 project and where we are in the process between now and town meeting in June. Some of the highlights of the discussion, we're talking about current building deficiencies, why the current FS1 site was the best site, reviewing the overall building plan, as well as discussing some of the project budget costs. While still being at 40 million, they went through some of the details around construction being at 30.5. We have temporary operations at 2.5, as well as contingency budget built into the plan as well. Additionally, they addressed questions that had previously been brought up by the FinCom group and discussed what we had brought up with them in our prior meeting. Finally, we had some great questions and participation from our town residents who were at the meeting and asked questions of the Select Board and of the FinCom group. So that was a lot for number 1. For number 2, we discussed some of the citizen petition articles, which concluded a proposal around adding an 11th day of yard waste pickup. Number 3, we covered budget articles. Stephanie McManus came to walk us through at a high level of the budget articles around our standard overall budget, as well as some of the potential capital articles that could come forward at our meeting in March. The Select Board then came back and discussed some of their articles. While some of them are still outstanding and miscellaneous, and we'll learn more in the coming weeks, they do have a few around construction easements with Conan Road, as well as looking at granting alcohol licenses to large grocery stores like Wegmans so that they could sell something beyond beer and wine. And finally, we closed things out with Nora, Ellen, and Elijah discussing some of the planning board articles that the planning board has taken up. And so they reviewed at a high level some of the areas they're focused on, from adjusting accessory apartment to comply with new state laws, to looking at some of our requirements around affordable housing, as well as looking at the Lambert's Plaza and zoning that as commercial, which is actually how it's currently used. They're also looking at some zoning around the Meditech site on East Street as well, and enhancing that to be able to include hotels as an option. Would you like to share any questions or concern with Westwood FinCom? Reach out to us using the email you see on the screen. We'd love to hear from you. New episodes of In Session premiere the day after the FinCom meets to inform you of important decisions that affect the people who live and work in the town of Westwood. We aim to keep you better informed and appreciate your time.